All right, let's talk about a match that was so much more than just 90 minutes of football. We're diving into a high-stakes Catalan derby, where the very top of LaLiga was hanging in the balance.
So the scene is set at Montilivi, Girona's home turf, and for FC Barcelona, this was absolutely everything. A win here would mean they leapfrog their huge rivals Real Madrid and reclaim that #1 spot. The pressure was just immense. You could feel it from the very first whistle.
And that was the big question on everyone's mind, wasn't it? Real Madrid had already done their job. They'd gotten their win. So all eyes were on Barca. Could they actually handle that crushing weight of expectation and pull off a championship-worthy performance?
Now, to really understand the gravity of this moment, you've got to know that Barcelona came into this game wounded. They weren't just fighting for 3 points, they were fighting for their pride after a really tough loss just the week before.
Yeah, see, the team was still reeling from this heavy, morale-destroying defeat to Atletico Madrid in the Copa del Rey. So a win against Girona, well, that was seen as the only medicine. It was a chance to erase that pain, grab the league lead, and maybe most importantly, prove to themselves and to the world that they could bounce back when it mattered most.
Okay, so let's get into the action on the pitch and see how this all really unfolded. The game started fast, it was furious, and you could tell both teams were just desperate to land that first punch.
That first half was just pure edge-of-your-seat tension. I mean, both Girona and Barcelona created some golden opportunities, but again and again, either a brilliant save or just a frustrating lack of precision kept that scoreboard stuck at 0-0. It almost felt like both teams forgot their scoring boots in the locker room.
As the second half ticked on, that tension just kept building and building. And then it happened. The moment. The one that could have and probably should have changed everything for Barcelona. They got a penalty. This was it. The absolute crucial point of the match. One single kick to shatter the deadlock, to silence that roaring home crowd, and to put Barcelona on a clear path to the top of the league table. Everything came down to this. He missed. Lamine Yamal, the young star, steps up and smacks the ball right off the post. You could just feel the air get sucked out of the stadium, a collective gasp of pure shock from the Barca fans and this huge roar of relief from the Girona faithful. The golden opportunity, just gone. You know, in football, games that are this tight are so often decided by these individual moments. Moments of pure brilliance, or just agonizing failure. And this match gave us a perfect, almost cinematic example of both. And this just boils the entire story of the match down to 2 key figures. On one side, you have Girona's goalkeeper, Joan García. He was an absolute wall, pulling off what sources were calling impossible saves to keep his team in it. He was the hero, no doubt about it. And on the other side, Lamine Yamal, a player with so much talent, but on this day, he was described as imprecise, a performance that was just defined by that one critical, heartbreaking miss. And with Barcelona still reeling, Girona just sensed their moment. They smelled blood in the water. Lifted by that penalty miss and their keeper's heroics, they pushed forward. And then, in that final, decisive stretch of the game, Fran Beltrán finds the back of the net. He seals a historic win and just completely shatters Barcelona's mission. So what did this shocking result actually mean for the bigger picture? Well, it didn't just decide one game. Oh no. It sent absolute shockwaves across the entire La Liga title race. And here's the new reality. After all the dust settled, Real Madrid was sitting comfortably at the top. The incredible underdog story of Girona just kept going as they solidified their spot in second place. And Barcelona, well, they were left in third, having failed their most important test. That chance to reclaim the top spot had just slipped right through their fingers. Which leaves us with this final, nagging question. This wasn't just a loss of 3 points. It felt like a deep psychological blow. When the pressure was at its absolute highest, they crumbled. So what do you think? After a setback like this, does this Barcelona team truly have the mental toughness to go on and win La Liga?